Hi guys, I'm back with another controversial video. So this video goes out, there's a Latina woman on TikTok, actually it was two Latina women who, since the election and who's in the White House currently, there has been an influx of videos on TikTok with the Latino community calling out to the Black community about what's going on and trying to get Black support, yada yada, and also trying to humble Black people. One of them, her name is Yvette six something. She's a lighter Mexican. I'm assuming she's Mexican, and and then there was another Latina woman who was more so brown. And supposedly these Latin women were trying to humble Black people because Black people said, that's it, you're on your own, told the Latino community, told other marginalized communities that we're done with you using us, we're done fighting, and you guys stab us in the back, you're on your own. There's a Latino for Trump community, but those are the Latinos for Trump, who were out there very that they was not going to vote for Kamala Harris. You saw the anti-Black, anti-woman, the machismo, the anti-Blackness, all of that was displayed coming out. And these Latino ladies caught themselves. The other one wasn't as ignorant as this Yvette chick, but this one Latino lady's like, you Black people, you need to be humbled. A lot of Mexicans help Black people, and a lot of Mexicans were killed. You need to humble yourself. And then Yvette, the lighter Latina, decided that she was going to go on and ask Black people, oh, a lot of you Black people are showing your colors. You Black people forgot who was right there for you during Black Lives Matter, this other crap. And she was just going on. And then in another video, she was cursing out, I guess this was a Black woman on TikTok that responded to her and responded back to her in Spanish. And then this woman said, you look like a man, was talking bad about this Black woman. And then she started cursing her out in Spanish, talking about, you want to learn Spanish? And what she called her in Spanish was a fat Black puta. What she said, because puta, she called her gorda puta. Puta, depending on what it is, can translate to bitch, can translate to whore. But anyway, you called this woman a fat Black whore, a fat Black bitch. And then in a backup page, she has a backup page, she was calling Black people the N-words with the hard ERs. And this built like a refrigerator, okay? A gordita, refrigerator built. She has to be at least 200 and something pounds. And you want to call someone a fat Black whore or a fat Black bitch or whatever the hell it is that you're calling people? Here's the thing, what I need y'all to understand and what I need you to understand. Stop talking trash about people in Spanish, thinking people don't fucking understand you. You do know Spanish is being taught all over schools. There's so many Spanish immersion schools, just like there are French immersion schools. There are Spanish immersion schools where kids are becoming bilingual. So stop talking trash about people in Spanish, thinking people don't understand your rude, disgusting ass comments. Let me ask you a question. I'm trying not to be rude. I'm gonna ask both you chicas a question. What right do you have to humble the Black community about a damn thing? Here's the thing. What I've noticed from my time, my parents' time, grandparents' time, and so forth. Black people warned you. Black people were trying to fight for you. Because let's face it, other who were being marginalized, nobody paid attention to unless it came from Black people. Black people's vote, Black people's voices, Black people constantly being on the front line fighting and putting that out there. And you have the audacity to want to humble, oh, because you helped us one time. First of all, honey, let me put both of you guys or something. Been in Mexico. It's called the slave trade. Okay? Blacks were brought to Mexico. So you talking about helping Black people escape, like what, the Civil War or during the Civil War to Mexico? Those Black people are still living in Mexico, okay? And know how y'all treat Black people in Mexico. Y'all treat y'all black Latino and how the black people in the Latino community are marginalized and treated bad by Latinos such as yourself. So don't give me that song and that's how we helped you. Black people been helping every damn body because we understood oppression. We understood that we had the same kind of oppressor. And all the groups we helped all kinds of white folks. We helped black immigrants, Africans, Caribbeans. We helped Latinos. We helped every freaking body, Asians. And every last one of y'all shattered on us because you thought being in proximity to whiteness was it, your goal. You were fighting with us, but you were fighting to be considered white. And let me go drop something on you, dear. Your first and only black indigenous president by the name of Vicente Guerrero. Yeah, you talk about him at all. Because y'all want to hide about history in your culture. Oh no, we're not black, we're moreno. Yeah, whatever you want to call yourself. But I'm gonna tell you about your president, Vicente Guerrero, who was a black indigenous man and was the president, your first and only black and indigenous president in Mexico, okay? Mexico get their independence from Spain, okay? Help was a part of the Mexican Independence War because he was a military officer as well, okay? That Mexican conservatives used as a prop to get their independence from Spain, okay? The people who you so badly want to be like, Spaniards, the people that kept you in prison. This black and indigenous man helped your country gain their freedom from Spain. And you know how you repaid him? You repaid him by betraying him because he wanted to focus more so on black and indigenous people getting the same treatment and the same rights as other Mexicans. He even abolished slavery in Mexico. So this crap you're talking about, we help black people get to Mexico, shut the fuck up. Black people were already in Mexico. Why do you think that man named Vicente Guerrero abolished slavery out of Mexico? He abolished it. He made it illegal. And the Mexican conservatives didn't like that. Like that this man was now focusing on bettering his community and trying to get black and indigenous people the same rights as other Mexicans. Y'all didn't like that. So what the hell did you do? You betrayed this man. You set up a coup, you had this man captured, you tried him for treason, and you executed him at a firing squad. That's what you did. That's what you guys did. So don't sit here talking all this crap, how we help black people. What, you helped one time, that one point? You realize black people were already in Mexico. And the black people that you helped escape from the Civil War to Mexico were black Americans whose now descendants are Mexican. They live in Mexico. They breathe Mexican culture. They celebrate Mexican history. Even though they're aware of their black American roots, they are Mexican now. What you said was a bunch of hogwash. It's a bunch of trash. Okay? You don't know what you're talking about. And then there's another video of you surfacing. So apparently you work for some nonprofit organization, right? What have you not? And you were talking about, I'm not helping black families. I'm only going to help people like me. You need to be fired. Okay? I'm just going to be dead ass. You can't stop making stupid ass videos on social media. So you need to be fired. Okay? I'm going to tell you about an experience I had at work with a Latina lady. And she called requesting an interpreter. And I have for a while suffered with a cold. So I was clearing my throat. And she thought that was me having an attitude and was making rude comments to whoever the hell she was talking to on the phone in Spanish. And she didn't think I understood her, but I understood what she was saying. My Spanish is, understand enough when someone is making rude gestures about you and rude comments about you. And then when I got the interpreter on the line, she was talking all this shit to the interpreter about me, thinking the interpreter was going to, I guess, side with her. And the interpreter's like, just ask her what she wants. The interpreter was not trying to have it. Like, man, what do you want? And I told the interpreter, don't even worry about it. We're not helping her. Because she was making comments about, you need to be doing your job. I don't like that. I didn't like your attitude, yada, yada. I had the nerve to talk. And I can tell by her tone of voice, this wasn't no Latina that looked like me. This wasn't no skin or brown Latina like me. This was more likely probably a Latina that was light, talking like this. Here you are who can't speak English. You need an interpreter. And you're going to tell me how to do my job? You know what? I'm not going to help you. Goodbye. Dismissed the call. Told her don't even worry about it. We're not helping her. She wants to make presumptuous comments like that, but you can't speak English? How do you know I had an attitude? How do you know I wasn't sick? Like, you hear me now. I'm coughing right now. I've been sick on and off most of the winter. But you took that. Like, no, we're not helping you. And you're going to tell me how to do my job? You don't know a thing about my job. You don't sign my checks. And you know this way, but you need my help. You need my help. And probably yourself don't have a job. It's like, you get off. One thing. I had an ex-friend. His name was Porfirio. Porfirio was half Mexican, half Salvadorian. Mother was from El Salvador. And the father was from Mexico. And that reminded me very much of his rude-ass mother. His mother was very light from El Salvador. And the funny thing is, I heard that most Salvadorians and Mexicans don't really mince well. They don't mince well together. But his father's Mexican, his mother's Salvadorian, and they married. His mother used to work at our high school as a cafeteria lady. And she was notorious for making racist comments about black people, calling black people rapists and criminals, as if Latinos aren't criminals either, as if anyone else is not a criminal. She used to talk about Porfirio's black friends, a guy that I used to talk to that was a close friend of him. She would talk on the phone in Spanish saying that she thought it was gonna rob her and all this shit. This was a very racist woman. And you had the nerve and she was white praising because she thought because her skin was light and fair and she had light eyes, she was white. And the fact is, lady, you worked at our fucking cafeteria in our lame ass high school. Okay? And these white folks paid you no attention because they looked at you as a domestic. They looked at you as nothing more than a domestic, and you're trying to kiss their ass and praise them. Like, no. And I never liked her. I never liked his mother. I never officially met her. I got the scoop on her. I knew she worked at our school, but she was a racist piece of crap. Porfirio started dating black women. Like, his first girlfriend, who was black, her name was Dana. Dana's mother was from Cuba. And he told her, you know, she made a comment in Spanish, you know, the people in the Caribbean. Well, El Salvador used to have Afro-Salvadorians. We don't know what happened. They stopped allowing black people to come to El Salvador, or maybe they killed out their black population. I'm not sure. But I do know a long time ago, the Afro-Salvadorians did exist. They did exist a long time ago. And yeah, but you don't now. And his mother, she's like, well, I don't understand why my mom's racist. Your mom's racist because, again, she feels she's in close proximity to whiteness. Now, Porfirio's father was brown, Mexican, browner guy. You know, not as pale, you know. She should have married a white man because she wants to be white so badly. But she would make comments, so if Porfirio had married a black woman, she'll disown him, she won't take care of his kids. She would say insufferable things. And that lady who I had to deal with on the phone at work reminded me of her. And I said, not today. Nothing is especially for the girl who made that comment. And I'm going to say to both those Latino women who want to humble black people, you have all this smoke for black people because you're mad because black people are no longer going to participate. I'm going to put the facts up. Why don't you ask the 63% of Latino men in your community why they voted the way they voted? And why you need to ask the 39% of the Latina women in your community why they voted for your own oppression. And you want to get pissed off at black people because we shaking our heads like we told you so, and you still decided to do it. And you still decided to throw us under the damn bus because you want to uphold dumbass traditions that your abuelo, your abuela, your tío, your tia, and all these damn old antiquated people in your family been passing around for generation after generation that ain't done shit for you. You want to sit here and why don't you go talk to the Latinos voting por Trump? Why don't you go talk to them? Why don't you go ask them why they voted for their oppression? Ask them what's in their mind. Ask them what happened. Don't ask black people what happened and where we are. Ask them that. Ask them if they thought voting against their best interests was an idea, a great thing. Ask them that. And furthermore, okay, dear, I want to hear talking about black people and all this other crap, and having all this vitriol and having all this disdain for us because we're done allowing you to use us as a mascot so you can keep betraying us. And you're not going to learn. The facts are there. The facts are there, dear. Leave black people alone. You need to be talking to the people like this in your community. All that energy that you have to be nasty and talk trash to us, speak to your community about why they thought it was smart or wise or cool for them to sell themselves out. You sold yourself out for what? Because you thought that was going to get you in close likeness to white people? Let me explain something to you. They'll never look at you as them. They'll never accept you as them. Okay? I don't give a about, oh, I have roots from Spain. You only speak Spanish because your country was colonized by, of course, a white country. Spain. Spain is not a language native to Central America, to the Caribbean, or to South America. Spanish, the language that you speak is from Spain. Spain is in Europe. Okay? Europe. Spanish is in Mexico or any Central American, Caribbean, or South American Spanish-speaking country. It is indigenous and native to Spain. It is native to Spain. Europe. People that look like this, who you feel you're in close proximity to. And they keep showing you that you're not. And you want what from us? We told you. See, I can't even talk about the Afro-Latinas or the Afro-Latinos because they contribute to the black vote. And the Afro-Latinas that voted are a part of the 92% of black women that voted for Kamala Harris. You voted, you messed up, clean up your mess before you sit and talk about anyone else's community. Clean up your, aren't you the majority? As y'all brag and you Latinos stick together, clearly you don't. Clearly you're just as messed up as you try to talk about black people and everybody else. Clearly you have a lot to fix in your community too, before you sit and shit and talk about us and bash us, calling us the N-word, calling black women fat black whores, fat black bitches. Let me explain something to you. Listen, let me ask you this, hermana. How you go from being a mendiga to a racista? ¿Por qué? Why? Why would you go from a beggar to a racist? How do you do that? In 2 seconds, you want to talk about people showing their true colors? And it took you less than a second, baby, a blink of an eye, to show your true colors. With all the crap, all the caca that's coming out of your mouth. Shame on you. You have, let me explain something to you. Leave black people alone. Clean up what's going on in your community before you come for other people, okay? That's my mind.